Hey everyone, Charlene Bauer, Ladies Off-Road Network, and we are live at 5 on a Tuesday, and it is August. Insane. How is everybody doing? Say your hellos, say hi, say all the things. Where is this year going? Hello, August 8/4/26. Wow, right? Wow. So July was full of rowdy activities. I did a van event at Agile Off-Road in San Diego. Went up on the Rubicon twice, once for adults and once for kids, which that was always fun. So we had all kinds of good stuff. I want to hear in the comments, what is your summer vacation looking like? Like, what has your big adventure been that you've been on? Well, I rolled this out. So July we did San Diego with Agile. We did the Rubicon Trail at Jeepers Jamboree. We did the Rubicon Trail with Camp Rubicon and 170 kids. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Yeah, I'm actually gonna. Well, I'll talk about that in a second. August now we have the Rubicon again. I am back up again, but the Jeep is parked for a minute. We're gonna take UTVs on it the next time. So maybe a lot of you guys don't realize I actually come out of the side-by-side market, out of the power sports world, out of the 2-wheel and 3-wheel market first. And the UTV market was right there. And then I jumped into the 4-wheel drive market as far as business goes. Like, I always have been part of it in the big lifestyle. But as far as work goes, 4-wheel drive actually came last. Yeah, it was 2 wheels, dirt bikes, motorcycles, quads, right? All the whole thing. And then UTVs, all sand, all glamorous, all crazy, all fun. And then got into 4-wheel drive when I started Bauer Media in 2019. Yeah, kind of crazy, huh? 2009. What am I saying? 19. 2009. 17 years ago. Otherwise, August is going to be a hot month. It's going to be something, it's going to be a maintenance month, I guess is what we're going to call it. We're going to work on a lot of vehicles this month. That's what's coming up in my chapter. What's going on in your chapter? What's going on in your summer vacation? And then we have September coming in fast. We'll have some Moab trips and other things that will be happening there as well. So very excited times. The kids camp. The Camp Rubicon, Jamboree Camp Rubicon, or whatever you want to call it, where we have over 170 kids that are, it's the hardest weekend of my year. I tease a lot about, like, okay, I have hard weeks. You know, we got King of the Hammers, we got Easter Jeep Safari, we got SEMA. Like, these are all just hard weeks. And then I do Jamboree Camp Rubicon. And I'm just like strung out at the end. Oh my goodness. There's so much energy, so much positivity, so many giggles, so much greatness. I love these kids. I love their brains and that they're just like grabbing on to everything. I'm so proud of the parents. I'm so proud of mom and dad. There's a lot of rad dads that are out there with their kids all by themselves trying to keep control of everything. And then there's mom and dads that are out there tag teaming a bunch of kids around. That kind of makes me giggle a little bit watching that side of it. But just the amount of information that these kids know when they get underneath the Jeep with me. You guys have seen the pictures, how you get underneath. You've even been underneath with me, right? And it's confusing as heck looking at the bottom of a vehicle. And here are 8 to 10 to 12. They start at 6. Not all the 6-year-olds know all the stuff yet, but a couple of them been underneath there with me a couple times. And so by the time they're 8 and 10 and 12, and now I got the 18-year-olds and up, doing it. And they are just loving it and remembering what the parts are. And so it's super special. This year we added a station, and this year's added station was ratchet straps, because I don't even think most adults know how to do ratchet straps. So it was great. There's a lot of dads in the background. They're like, "Can we hire you to come to our come to our business and teach our construction guys how to use a ratchet strap?" So that was just kind of a little side joke, something kind of silly and fun. But it was a blast. At night, the entertainment value was high with the kids running around and being a part of all the night and evening entertainment. So great stuff there. Huge shout out to Emily. Let's give a huge shout out to Emily for being the one that went in with me and helped me out with that. And then the weekend before was Jeepers Jamboree. So Jeepers Jamboree was also high energy, and a lot of the ladies are on right now. There were 6 of them that they decided they were going to go on the Rubicon Trail, do Jeepers Jamboree. And you know what? It was really great to watch them navigate that and see how that went. And I would just, even on the way back, on the way out, I got into a position where I'm like, "Can I be part of your picture?" They're like, "Absolutely." And then I pulled out and they like kind of wanted to fall in behind me. And I'm like, "No, I'm not in charge. You guys need to finish this off. You need to be amazing and own it." And I'm super proud of every single one of them that got through the Rubicon Trail. It is a 10. It is not easy. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of logistics. There's a lot happening. So super proud of that whole group. Mama Bear proud. Yes. So let's throw some hearts for everybody. Let's like adjust for that and say yes to the Rubicon Trail. So if you guys want to do that next year, definitely, if you want to do the Rubicon Trail, we can start talking about it, start getting your vehicle prepped, and it will be for Camp Rubicon, Jamboree Camp Rubicon. It is the first weekend in August, so it's like July 30th. That weekend, and that's the weekend that I would like to take a group in on the Rubicon Trail. So if you're interested in doing that, let me know. Let's make sure that we start getting that organized for you. All right. Other than that, we did the Agile Off-Road. That was van oriented. Love it. We had 20 plus ladies in this van environment that we just dug into the van scene. We had one up on a lift. We had one that was kind of torn apart, and these ladies were all about it. Again, just like the atmosphere and the energy is just, it's so great. So love that. And we have another Agile Off-Road event. So if you are in the van space, go to Agile Off-Road. I'll put it in the comments. Agile Off-Road, and go check out their website. They have an event coming up in October. It's called Ocotillo on the Rocks, and you need to sign up for that, and I will be there teaching for multiple days. So that would be something that would be great for you guys to be a part of if you're in that circle of space and vehicle type. All right. Then there's September. September we'll talk about maybe next week. We gotta get through these Rubicon trips, and we gotta get some vehicle maintenance done so I can help understand what September even needs to look like. So with that going on, and again, everybody tell me what your summer plans are. I just don't want to talk about mine. Let's talk about driving with intention. So that is our topic of today. That is our Trail Ready Tuesday topic, is driving with intention. And I picked the word driving with intention, right? Like we can go out, we can tootle around, we can have some fun in the dirt. That's what we do anyways. Like that's what we're here for, just to go have fun. But really to do it with intention, to understand how to do it well, so we can maintain our vehicle, so we can say, okay, we did that and walk off it. Then yes, there are some steps. The one is control, not chaos. That's where I want to start, right? Control, not chaos. So I think about it as music selection. Like, what kind of music do you listen to while you're there? Emily, I think I surprised her the other day when on the way out I popped on the CD and it was Kid Rock, and we were just like rocking out to some wild music there. And then I'm like, okay, we don't need Kid Rock anymore. We can go to some classic rock now, right? Like, bring it back down a little bit. But people that play rap music while they're driving, it's just like boom, 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 where you're hitting every single rock while you're out there. And then at the end of the day, we have like, okay, we're going to do some country music, we're going to have some classic rock, and you're just going to be real nice, smooth drivers. I don't think classical music is actually smooth music. That's my opinion. It gets me very cranked up. But think about that as far as like what type of music you're using. How is my control while I'm out on the trail? Watching some people coming out of the Rubicon, you could tell there's very nice, smooth drivers. And then there was one that was just like punchy brake, punchy brake, punchy brake. And we don't need punchy brake. We need a nice, smooth ride. That nice, smooth ride isn't just for our body and us getting out with just like a couple of leaves or Tylenol to make sure that our body is fine. It's also so vehicle-wise, like that our vehicle stays together and that everything is happy. We're all just trying to make everything as smooth as possible. So having control, not chaos. What that turns into is sometimes 2-foot driving. So what are our feet doing? Thinking about our feet. So I have my left foot on the brake and my right foot on the gas. And if you've been off-road and you haven't been doing 2-foot driving yet, left foot, right foot, start doing it just around town. Get that left foot trained. You guys that are stick shifts, you guys that are doing the clutchy, don't touch the clutchy, right? That's a little bit of a different story. But on our left foot, when you get into the vehicle, it basically says, peace out, I'm on vacation now. I don't need to do anything. Well, we need to train it that it does have a job. We need to train it to where like that left foot presses on the brake and we have a nice, smooth transition between our brake foot and our gas foot. This is especially important if we're off camber. I don't know about you, but that's not my favorite. So off camber, we don't want punchy brake because punchy brake is going to tilt our vehicle one way or the other, right? As we accelerate and decelerate. If we're going downhill, uphill, we don't want punchy brake. And if you're just taking your foot from the accelerator to the brake, that's what's going to happen. So if we're punchy brake and we're going uphill, that front is going to release the suspension. If we do punchy brake going downhill, that butt is going to release the suspension. And it just doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good. Like, let's be honest about it. So smooth, not chaos. Starting to understand our 2-foot driving so that we don't have punchy brake, 1 foot punching back and forth. We have a nice smooth transition between our brake foot and our throttle foot. At the other end, we have our hands. And our hands, we want to make sure we have around our steering wheel. We don't need to be gripping the steering wheel so hard because we're like scared to death, right? Like white knuckle jobs here. But one of the things that we definitely want is our thumbs on the outside. So never wrap your thumbs around the steering wheel. That has a lot of potential where if that steering wheel hits a rock, it could potentially break our thumbs. So our thumbs are on the outside of the steering wheel like this, and we are loose gripping. Now, you do you, okay? So a lot of people are going to be all like, you got to be 10 and 2. Yeah, well, I'm not necessarily that because my hand is on the shifter and this one is up top. Or if I'm really in the middle of something, I'm kind of more to the sides here. As long as your thumbs are out and you're being safe, that is very important. The other piece that's very important is that you maintain control of your vehicle. So I watch a lot of times where people just let that steering wheel swing inside their vehicle, and what's happening on the outside is that tire just hit a rock, right? And so the tire hit a rock, and now the steering wheel is spinning because the tire wants to turn. Well, no, it's your job to tell the vehicle where to go. So sometimes you do have to have a solid grip on that baby in order to make sure that we are going in the direction of travel that we want to make sure that that vehicle is doing. If we're trying to climb a rock, sometimes it wants to turn, but we need to say, no, we're going up and over this rock, my friend. We're not going around it. So having control, not chaos, 2-foot driving, thumbs on the outside. Your throttle and brake foot, it's so important just to start understanding how to get a nice throttle on. There are some great companies, aftermarket companies, that are doing throttle control. I found that they're a little too touchy for me, sometimes, or it could be a little off for you. So I run mine in eco mode, and then when I'm on the trail, because it's not snappy, I don't want snappy. I want nice and controlled actions. And then when I get back out onto the road, when I'm at stop signs, I put it back into snappy mode so that I can beat the guy off the stop sign, right? Isn't that what we really want? Yeah. So think about what you're doing as far as that control issue is concerned with the throttle. There are, again, aftermarket components that you can get in order to help you. Weight transfer, we talked about that just a little bit, but again, it's all part of that driving with intention. So as we're going down a hill, we want to make sure that we are going as smooth as we can so that we don't pop that butt, so that we don't hit the brake. If the brake hits that way, if we are going down something and we need to all of a sudden get out of it, just a bump of acceleration is going to lift the suspension. So think about your suspension lift and suspension drop as you're hitting your accelerator versus your brake. Okay. And how can that help us? Like if we're going along pretty fast, so let's just say we're on some kind of a nice gravel dirt road, we're clipping along at a decent speed. All of a sudden we see a big washout right here. And common sense tells you I need to slam on my brakes. So you're coming up, you slam on your brakes, all of your suspension, all of your momentum goes into that front. Right? Makes sense. But then all of a sudden, here's the ditch. And so you slam on the brakes and you're straight into the ditch. What if we slammed on our brakes as much as we could and then lifted with a little acceleration to get that lift back out? It's going to go better. It's going to go better for you in the long run. So I want you to start thinking about the vehicle dynamics and how your drive style can affect that vehicle dynamic. Driving for the rear tires. If you've ever been on a trail with me, that is stuck in your head. Drive for the rear tires, drive for the rear tires. And it's something that's really important. So it's easy to it's easy. Let's just go ahead and put that into parentheses. It's easy to line up your front tires to exactly where you want them to go. And then you get all stressed out and you get over the front tires and you're like, well, that was easy. That was hard. That was challenging. That was nerve-wracking. Hello, friend. You got 2 more tires back there. You still got to get the rear tires through that same problem. Well, potentially the front tire is already taking on a new problem, right? So I say drive for your rear tires. The front ones you're going to get, the rear ones you're going to turn or have to do something different. And so we need to still make sure that these rear tires back here get across that obstacle in the same way. So if it's a drop off, hey, we came off the front really, really nice and we dropped off the front. Okay, wait it out. You got the rear tires coming in a minute. Don't just drop that Bessie and hit your bumper. It happens. Come on. You know what happens. You're giggling right now because you've all done it. Yes, exactly my point. So drop the fronts, and then, okay, give it a second, and then let that rear come down. I call it walking it off. Walk it off, walk it off, walk it off. Make it nice and smooth off the front, and then don't forget the rears. And here come the rears. Some of you guys have bigger booties than others, and I say that in the nicest way. So the four doors, like you have a big old booty back there. Then you got the JTs, and they're even bigger booties. And the Toyotas, like everybody has a little bit of a different wheelbase length with what you're dealing with. So and you will learn the distance between that front and rear tire and how long it takes for you to gauge it. The other one that is important is angles. So angles, if you go straight off something, boosh, you got two tires dropping at the same time. Boosh, you got two tires dropping at the same time. Or if we're climbing something, we have two tires trying to climb at exactly the same time, and then two tires trying to climb at exactly the same time. If you can do something at just the slightest of angles, it doesn't really take a lot sometimes, the slightest of angles, then you can get up that with one tire climbing and then the second tire climbing, one tire climbing, then the second tire climbing. Same thing on the way down, right? Set one down, second one down, third one down, fourth one down. And then it's not so hard on the parts. So coming down, you're just putting so much onto the steering parts. Going up, you're putting so much into those axles as you're putting two tires trying to climb at exactly the same rate, especially if it's something that's really solid and you're trying to climb up against it. Back it up a little bit, give yourself just a little bit of an angle. Allow that one tire to climb, 1, 2, and then 3, 4. You'll see what a significant difference that concept makes for you. So those are my pro tips right now for driving with intention. While we're online, it's always much more fun when we're in person trying to do it. And my last tip, this one gets really hard. This one is probably the hardest one for all of us to apply. Patience. I know you're laughing right now too. Patience. So when you're out there, you're driving, you're doing an obstacle, you're getting somewhere, you're trying to do something really cool, or maybe you're pucker butted because you're just like, I don't even know what I just got myself into. Give yourself grace, give yourself a little patience. Remember some of these things, control over chaos. Think about your hands on the outside, thumbs on the outside, your feet 2-foot driving. How can I have the best throttle control possible? What's my weight transfer going to be like? Am I going to be able to drop off? Am I going to be side to side? How am I going to feel that way? And then angles. If I can't make what is happening right now, think about 1 tire, 2 tire, 3 tire, 4 tire. With a little bit of patience, a little bit of water, and a lot of laughing, I guarantee you will have a great time out there on the trail. And that's what it is always about. All right. So that is our Trail Ready Tuesday. We're going to transfer over here to Google Meets really fast. And if you guys have any one-on-one questions, this is the time where you get to chat with me and have some fun over there chatting and seeing how everybody is doing. If there's anything coming up that I can help you with, that is where we put it. And I'm going to put the link in right now. Oh, that is not what you want. Yeah, you just want this link. Holy cow. Gave you like a ton of stuff. Sorry. All right. Trail Ready Tuesday. Here's the Google Meets link. I will pop it in so that everybody can grab it. And then you'll give me just a couple minutes to allow you access in, and we will chat over there. Great night, everybody. Have an amazing August. This is insane that it's August already. September is going to be here before we know it, and then it's the end of the year. We got a lot going on. I do want you guys to stay engaged because don't forget, we have our week of giving in December, and everybody that's engaging, you're the ones that get your names in the bucket, right? So we want to make sure that your name is in the bucket. We're celebrating the 10th year of Ladies Off-Road Network. So much fun out there, and I really, really appreciate every single one of you. So grab that link. I will see you over on Google Meets in just a minute. Have a amazing August.